I mean, seriously, that's just, for lack of a better term, a shipwreck. Um, I would not ship that at all. The only positive feeling I'm getting out of this is that neither or none of them are the Exxon Valdez. There. Then again, don't we have oil reserves around here? Pretty sure we did. That's trash. That's crude. No, wait, that's pollution. Here, let me move this. Yes, we have a lot of oil here. I forgot. When I made the map originally, I made a lot of oil on one side, a lot of ore on the other. But we're not capitalizing on that. Instead, we get to watch a what's tantamount to a redneck demolition derby, but for the Navy, which I guess is very exciting. I don't know why the automated demolition isn't working. Although, yeah, it's like people aren't working here because there's no educated people. I get that. I get that. Speaking of which, I thought this was supposed to be restricted to low-level commercial. Actually, this area is bigger. I was gonna say Pina Colada. I have it set through a mod to lock down level 1 offices and commercial because I kind of want to be a humble little place. But this place, on the other hand, since high density residential are present, they definitely need to step up to the plate. So yeah, I'm not gonna. I shouldn't tweak too much the level. I mean, look at that. Commercials already building up to max level. Offices, on the other hand, are not. Well, I guess we can go ahead and start on this place right here. So we at least have a means of an on-ramp. And we can expand outward. I don't know how, but we can. Let's see. So let's do something like this. Like that. I might make a tramway here. For all intents and purposes, a tram service might actually be useful. But the tram will probably have to run a tight loop. Because I mean, if I had to go through here, there'd be no way for it to kind of link up with the others, unless it went all the way to the end. And it can't even run on this roundabout because it's a freeway. It's not actually a drivable spot. So that's what I could do. 4-lane with tram tracks. Here we go. I mean, all of these are just 4 lanes anyway, right? No, this is a 6-lane, actually. I mean, trams are here. Are they actually crazy utilized? I mean, this commercial area isn't that full, admittedly. So maybe it is onto something. Or maybe it's a snake oil thing. I don't know. Let's just build an anchor right now. Anchor's in desperate need for action, really. Okay, so with this one, I kind of want to have... I'm not entirely sure how I want to lay out the new roads. Because it's a little bit odd given the proportions. So for now, what we can do is throw down this 6th lane as far in this direction as I want. Because why the hell not? Next thing is get this 2-lane. I mean, I got money to burn. I'm still making $5 an hour. Then again, that kind of attitude is what kind of ruins America a bit. But now that traffic light is still active, so I need to take that down. Take that down. Like, look at this. This is pretty choppy looking. The amount of, not the frames, but the amount of medians, I guess, that exist down this one particular stretch of street. I mean, look at that. It is my fault, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to draw attention to it. Okay. That one has a light on it. The European fire station tile set has the German flag on it. Is German prone to burning a lot? I don't know. Germany, always buy Germany products. Very high quality. Okay, so this is a 2-sided 4. So what I could do is something like that. And what is the distance between the two? As far as I can tell, it is 79, so that means it would be about 40. Yeah, I want to start putting alleys again, so the only reason why I allowed the center here is because the potential for any actual, what's it called? Actually, now that I think about it, this should not be low density. This could be high density. I mean, there's a lot of high density piled up on the streets back here. The only it's because some buildings will definitely occupy the entirety of that space. Therefore, the least I can do is just leave enough room, especially with the fact that it's kind of sharing with this. So, yeah, I have that to deal with. Yeah, hey, there it is. That's the depth of road I'm looking for. Why is this still not tree lined? I mean, some roads need to be tree lined. There we go. This is obviously going to change because this is literally butting up against the what would constitute as the commercial area, but it is whatever. For a second there, I thought it said 199 pop. I'm like, oh my god, that's like the most I've ever seen. And it's like, nope. Your hopes and dreams dashed before they ever come to fruition. Can I not? Oh, I was going to say, can I not make a tunnel for this? And then I realized, oh wait, it's an unpaved version, so you can't even do stuff like that. Only paved pedestrian pathways can actually be eligible for tunneling. So there's your lesson for the day. Now I think about it, we can have it tunnel across here. Like that. Pop out there. Or we can have like a dirt bridge across the top. Wow, that literally will not cooperate with me. Start there. Now we can move on up. Then a park. Parque. Alright, so that should be good. Now we can start lining the streets with various forms of this commercial gridding, as I am going to end up calling it. So I take it this is a set of 3, right? Yeah, it is a set of 3. See, I can't even rack my head around what are even my own personal rules for the layout anymore. I mean, they're there. I just don't know what the hell. Let's see. Are we having tiny alleys stick out of those streets? Yes, we are. We're gonna have these tiny ass alleys. We're gonna have them pop out. And I'm very much tempted to just have it kind of jut out here, because we can still fit crap under the overpass here. Because why not? I mean, it's a good sentiment, though, because, I mean, people are having jobs really close to where they live, you know? That's always a good thing. Let's see. Let's make all this high density. Let's make all that high density. Because they're not adhering to the park rule, or the alley rule, as I'm kind of pressed to call it at this point. It's gonna definitely drain that demand fast. And how much you want to bet that no one's gonna want to work there? They're not gonna even have the resources or supplies to sell shit to anyone. But you know, that's just, it takes money to make money. We all know that mantra, right? All right, so gonna watch that demand just sink like a goddamn stone. Let's see. So with this one, this should be a 33 depth, right? That's a 28 depth. Okay, so even this is not even depth correctly, like Johnny Depp. The thing is, because originally it is 33, Or, oh, it's still 28. So wait, this is correct. This is 33, but this is 28. For reasons unknown other than the fact that, if I remember correctly, there was an edge of a map here. Let me check. Yes, the edge of the map was here. It actually explains why a lot of the layouts are as weird as they are. There was a line that just stopped. I'm pretty sure I did whatever I could to mitigate it as best as possible, though. I'm pretty sure I didn't let it get so far to the fact that it's causing such a negative ripple effect. But realistically, what can I do at this point? I could undo it, but it's not going to remove the fact that it's a pain in the ass. I'm kind of far into it. God, this brush is way more effective than it used to be. I also got to extend Anchor District, damn. I'm like, it's kind of nice working in places like New Oblong Hills because it's already, you know, it's already been designated for where it... Why did that thing get destroyed? A little suspicious. The area is already designated as the zone for that particular, I guess because it intersected the actual building. Disappointing. Well, you know what that means, right? It's gonna cut through the damn... it's gonna cut through this office area. It turned blue for a second. I swear it did. There you go. Now the workers can have a nice stroll. Because that's how we care. We allow people to express themselves freely by allowing them to walk outside on lunch breaks. You're sick. But hopefully that's not an ambulance that's come to grab you from another goddamn city. So things are going fine. Let's throw down some parks. Or, sorry, some paths, and then parks. I mean, the commercial has a really suspicious way of just always butting up. Then again, there are times like this where I'm just... Hey, look, commercial demand is down, so I can trick the system and just start chalking residential right there. Because why not? And then just upgrade the roads. Because with even though there's realistically no good reason, I try to make it gradual. Like I typically don't have something like this stabbing into the residential zone. I usually actually have it kind of gradually smooth sloping. Yeah, I'm supposed to have high density up against the main streets like this. But yeah, it's like stuff like this. Notice how it gradually grows into... The offices kind of grow gradually into the industrial. This one, they stay within their street borders, you know? This one's partitioned in just segmented ways. And this one is just kind of a gradual cut in its corner. This one's just commercial that's kind of slowly splayed out with this one outlier right here, which I guess in a way it's just meant for form. And look at that. I did clear up traffic over here. The story has finally come full circle. Oh my god, what the hell is this? I could have sworn it's gotten worse since I last saw it. I mean, at least the cruise ship port isn't as bad anymore. One of these days I'm going to accidentally destroy an infrastructure piece that I cannot replicate or repair. Because it's so goddamn complicated and convoluted that it's not something I'm going to easily understand. Something I can easily obtain and understand the reasoning for, that I went ahead and did that anyway. So we'll do this. I'm okay with having like residential just chill within this area. There you go. Dude, that heavy duty commercial is just ripping through the demand. Which, funny thing is, it's probably not going to be enough to satiate, because it's like, oh, we don't even have any workers willing to work here. It's like, really? Really? You've been bitching and moaning, and you can't even support it. Like, thank you, guys. Thank you. Speaking of which, support, where is the nearest maintenance area? Is there a maintenance thing here? There's only one maintenance building. I was going to put a snow thing over here, mostly because this side of the world needs a snowplow service as well. But all things created equal, it doesn't even have a little maintenance area here, so I need to change that. Just have it across the street from the snowplow thing. There you go. Maintenance is important. Just like services, which I definitely need to look at now. Wow. Just wow. There isn't even Anchor doesn't even have its own recycling thing or garbage disposal. It's relying on the Ouroboros Super Center area thingy-majigger. So I definitely need to put this in here now. Or how about the bigger one? Whoops. What a wonderful waste of money that is. How about the bigger one? The bigger one will actually fit here. And it kind of fits alongside this little snowplow thing. Look at that. Now we actually have a central garbage system. Like, literally a central garbage system. So this park's fulled out. So we have trash is good. How's heating? Heating capacity actually went up in expanding. I don't know how. I don't know why. But we're just going to smile and accept it. Healthcare is doing swimmingly. The availability is high, but the coverage is still pretty shit. I mean, the average health is still sinking slowly but surely. So what we can do is give a clinic out for this fringe area right here. By a main road, I guess. So it's like an arterial thing. Then we can have one over here as well. At least that way everyone can get treated in their respective area. Maybe I'll have one like right here, just specifically for this super dense area of apartments. It's still a quaint little design. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so what's next on the itinerary? Fire. Probably need a fire department like in this corner here. Not yet. Police. Only one in this corner. Maybe it's about time to put one in this other corner. Yes? No? I do know we need a jail soon, because that jail rate has been slowly declining. Kind of funny, though. Would I really put it in the center of town? I mean, I went and did so much of the trouble to put this prison out originally in the middle of nowhere, and gave it so much open space around it, so as to, you know, sustain its imposing appearance as a prison that no one should be really going near. And it defined a small town, a municipality, but now I just need to put it down somewhere. I could just, like, stick it in some errant spot again, too, you know? Like, have it so that, oh, look, this road right here, it goes all the way out of town, under town, to the one prison. So, I do believe we need one on this side of the we need one on this side of the world, of the city. But the problem is, based on the way I know that this double deck system is going to expand over here, it's not going to be good, because over here it uses a modified freeway system. It doesn't use a double deck, it's using a single deck, and mostly because I plan to keep doing just a traditional American freeway system like this throughout this sector in this corner here, while on this side I'm going to do this double decker system, which, you know, can synergize with this normal one deck system. But this side is going to uphold and maintain the atrocious redheaded stepchild that is this 3-tiered system. So yeah, I can't put the prison here. I'm going to probably have to put it internally within Anchor, just because Anchor is a fairly populous area, although that's not considering how dense Oblong and Bermuda is, which the prison would do better there, but there isn't any sort of large stacking of commercial to not give a shit. I mean, residences, you know, are understandably not going to be happy with a prison nearby, but commercial, on the other hand, don't give a shit. Although, admittedly, maybe they'll shoplift more. I don't know. So right now we're slowly transitioning the blue menace into green. I mean, that's what I used to do too in my other cities, my other maps. When I was kind of either pressed for space or just not interested in expanding infrastructure, I would just slowly replace one zone for another. And then when the demand came back, I would just slowly get it back. Like it was a bit unusual, but hey, it worked for the most part. Get that. Clear that. And clear out this snow. Let it go. I wish the country would let go of that song. And the children, too. The little boys and girls. Mostly girls. Fucking Frozen. I don't know what to do about this street, though, specifically. Like, I did not want... I mean, if it's going to be residential, I guess I could just turn it to a tree-lined street, which ups the value. That's a really attractive way to do it. Like, places like this, they're just rough and tough commercials, so they don't really care. I mean, yeah, it would still benefit from a higher tier of road, but at the same time, it doesn't make much of a difference to me, personally. And that commercial literally just bounced back. What a guy. Replace that as well. And then I'm about ready to start blitzing commercial once again. Blitz, blitz, ballroom blitz. Get my tree going. Just do this already. Just clear it out for residential, because that's what's going to happen, regardless of any real plan whatsoever. Like, I just have a very flimsy, tenuous outline that I adhere to just for this type of thing. And as the end result, you kind of get this city that is like most real cities, where you'd think there was a plan at one point, but it turns out there wasn't. Okay, so now we can just park the shit out of this thing. But first, I want to split it. I know it's 40, but I want to bias with a smaller area towards this other, towards the center avenue. At least that way, actually, I don't even know my real reasoning for it. I just know that I want to, because there's 41 total in distance between this block and the other block. 41? Is it 39 and 79? Yeah, so it's like one's 39, the other's 40. So that means there's a 39. One's going to be 39 blocks. The other's going to be 40 blocks. Therefore, I just want a smaller block bias of sorts towards the main street in the center. And look, alleys. Oh, there you go. That commercial is just unflappable. There you go. Dropping it. That commercial is just like a very narrow. It slowly tried to, butt into the residential, and then it just kind of got separated by the high density for which reason I don't really understand why I did that. And then I just put a super crematorium, which, I guess is the one bridging factor of it, and then commercial in the interior. So, I mean, I guess technically there is commercial on this little spine road, which is doing fairly well in terms of traffic. I don't have to put an 8-lane in just yet. But it's going well. With the blocks looking like this, I'm just going to put it to it looks better this way. Yeah, no left turn lanes, because that seemed like a real supreme pain in the ass to try and turn left in such a short space. Like, it is quite literally the essence of redonkulous. And this is just normal 6-lane, too. Okay. So this is one's a 4-lane, the other one's 6-lane. I guess it makes sense. The demand kind of plateaued. The population is still growing, albeit at a slow rate. I don't know what traffic is doing here. What is it waiting on? And is there a traffic light? I have a sneaking suspicion that... Oh, it's set to yield. It's set to yield. And now it's not set to yield. Because everything I know is a lie. I guess I deactivated that yield thing. I mean, it must have been a relic? A relic? It must have been a relic of an older time, because I did utilize priority signs for a bit. Then I realized the goddamn yield sign just gave everyone permission to stop and not give a shit about the rest of the traffic behind them. So I did my best to actually remove that. It just kind of sucks that this off-ramp literally precedes this off-ramp, or this on-ramp is before this off-ramp directly. So anyone that wants to get off will have to cut across. People are not planning to go in this route. And the people are going from here straight to here instead of taking the more appropriate route of going, or the reasonable route of going here, hitting the roundabout, and actually coming over to this side. They're going to go take that straight shot, which at most points I can't even blame the AI. It's just my faulty planning. Yeah, so residential is still demanding for places to stay. So, or for a presence, I guess, would be a more correct term. So let's drag the sawn out. There you go. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep these types of blocks just going straight across like this. Maybe not for too long, but they are going to be a thing. There you go. For now, what their purpose is kind of irrelevant. Like, I'm not going to build anything in them just yet. I'm just using this as a template to have me keep track of what I want, or how my streets are supposed to lay out. Which I might actually go back to that 3 template. Like the 3 alley wide template. Because it actually did nice. It gave a good balance, I believe, of, you know, road to useless road, I guess. I don't know how to describe it really. Like, look at this. This seems like the junctions are too close together and there's no real density for houses. While these seem like the correct amount, I feel like is a comfortable amount of distance to allow for, you know, build up of houses or and alleys and whatever. I don't know. It seems bullshit to me, even me right now, me trying to rationalize it. But hey, you know, everyone's got to rationalize something. That's how the world goes around. That's how Hitler was a thing. So what I can keep on doing. Do I need water actually? Because this particular residential block of Anchor is notorious just for the fact that they've never really had a river view, mostly because the damn utilities keep taking up the ocean view, which might stop soon, kinda, because I can start building houses out here, but I run the risk of actually occupying this entire slot of land. Or I could just occupy this slot of land, because realistically, there is nothing stopping me from doing so. The only reason why I put the water purifiers next to them is mostly because of, you know, just convenience and grouping. Oh my god, they're all abandoned once again. Demolition. Here, let's toggle it off. Let's see if it actually turns it on. If not, I'm going to have to dig up a mod or something, because having everything require demolition does a lot of negative impacts to your overall happiness level. And that's... It doesn't take rocket science to tell you that's not cool. So, that is something to look out for. I don't know how far I'm going to grow commercial into this interior here. I'll just do this. I was going to slowly kind of have commercial flange out, I guess would be a term, in this direction. I realized I'm just going to do exactly what I did with New Oblong and Belmont. There you go. Belmont's the prime example. I'm just going to surround the commercial with residential, which will allow them to, which will pretty much allow the people that live, the residences, to just commute into the center in order to get services and goods without having to travel outside. Like from the exterior is just gonna is the other traffic that can potentially clog stuff, while the interior traffic's just meant to be them. It's kind of why I did heavy traffic ban, and there's still heavy traffic, relatively speaking. So quite obviously you can't win them all. You really can't. The game will just typically run its own little deal. So let's clear this sand up. Offices, I was going to say, do I need to zone that? And it turns out it's already been zoned. See, a lot of work's been done. Has Oblong Hills fully grown out? I think it has. Yeah, I think New Oblong Hills has actually grown out. I mean, Anchor is slowly coming to its own again as a very significant. Like, I think Anchor will definitely beat out, or Anchor will be a competitor with Belmont for actual surface area and population. Well, actually, no. This still doesn't have high density housing really, except for what little scraps are in the center. So maybe not yet.